Yeah, what's going on, guys? It is me, Strawhead Ninja 89, here on NA3C to do my anime and random anime thoughts. So, yes, I know I missed out on last week's episode. I was pretty busy, plus not to mention, I know a lot of people don't know this, but also my hard drive, my old hard drive, my computer, which is some bullshit, which crashed on me, so the other episode I couldn't really upload, plus it was too fucking late. So I was like, what the hell? So I couldn't upload that one. I kind of missed out. The only one I'm not going to do in this segment is the Manga episode, because I haven't really quite watched it, because again, I finally just got recently a brand new hard drive, so now I got all my video equipment back and everything, so I'm finally back. I'm not dead. Plus, I was in the Skype call on Saturday anyway, but I'm here. Still going. Still staying strong. FYI. Anyways, today we're going to discuss a couple of the manga chapters, just basically, again, because I don't really care two shits about Naruto anymore. However, I do care about, my main ones, which are One Piece and, of course, Bleach. Let's get started with that. Alright, One Piece. Now, alright, this week's chapter of One Piece was actually pretty good for the most part. Oh, now this leads up to also some big questions. I mean, this chapter wasn't really too, like a really big epic shit going down or anything like that. What happens really is in this chapter is that basically there's a celebration, there's a party going on in this chapter, and pretty much the kids are pretty much safe. Kids are pretty much fine. At first, Law scared me a bit because I thought it was the whole thing where like where he cut their pieces, and everyone's like, you murder, why would we do that to kids? Like, why, I didn't trust you from the very beginning in this alliance. And then, like, he's like, well, what I really did was I found a way to do my operation and give them the little thing that they need to get the medicine out of them. He goes, I know I had to do it, but don't worry, I put them back together, and it was the only way for me to actually help the kids and cure them from their disease, from the medicine that Caesar Clown's been giving them. So he pretty much understood that everything was just fine. And also that the Marines are pretty much going to be taking care of the kids, and it's not just going to be them, because Nami feels like, we're pirates and all that. It wouldn't feel right for pirates to be to doing such good deeds as taking care of kids, because of how our reputation is. And then Usopp's like, oh yeah, that's right, because your mother was a Marine officer, and Nami's getting a little doll flashback, for mother, because don't forget, if anybody doesn't quite remember it, I mean, most people will probably do, but for people who have kind of forgotten a bit, Nami's mom used to be a Marine officer, so that's why pretty much she kind of wanted to do like her mother did, and she pretty much, it was kind of the same remedy, because if you think about it, the real heroes in this world are the Marines, not pirates. But in the actual story of One Piece we're reading, it's the Straw Hats are pretty much the main heroes of the story. But I'm just saying is all. So yeah. Anyways, so just because if you think about it, Nami's mother pretty much did the same thing. She was a Marine officer, and yet when you found the kids helpless on the island, she decided to help them out and raise them as their own children as well. So, it's kind of a coincidence there that kind of happened. But, still, that was pretty good. Good reference right there. Not to mention, what else happened? I completely forgot. And also, they're going to be, I think they're still pretty much in the alliance, pretty much. Oh, I forgot to mention, Konosuke, I believe his name is, the little, Kinemon's son, God, what the fuck was his name? Suki, whatever his name is, I forget. Kinemon's son don't now turn into a dragon. His body pretty much turned back to the way it was, and as we expected, he was wearing a kimono. Well, he was naked at first, but then he put thanks to that little magic that Kinemon has. We can back, if you remember back in the beginning of Punk Hazard when he was first introduced, he had the magic to give them outfits and whatnot. But I guess it was most of his double fruit powers that that he has, sort of, and it gave his son the Komodo or whatever, because of course he's naked and he's probably freezing his ass off, so yeah. And then they have the little dinner. At first he doesn't accept the invitation, but then Kinemon says it's eaten. I never eaten food that's great. But there's another important key point I forgot to mention, that Sanji knows how to cook um, cross-dresser Kenpo recipe number 99, number 98. It was some soup to pretty much cure your cold and all that. This is like this could be quite useful when the series Toriko, because oh, by the way, first impressions of that will be coming up soon once I get the DVD box set. The first volume, which is going to be delivered to my house, and of course you already know there'll be an unboxing of that. Speaking of which, before I begin the rest of this review, I just wanted to know I got Persona 4, the animation collection 2, which I did an unboxing of that, but that'll be uploaded on my channel. And there's another unboxing which I forgot to upload, but I've been too busy. It's pretty much a series that it's been about 10 years since the series is out. It was on Cartoon Network. Yeah, but for now it'll be almost like 10 years since this series was on Cartoon Network. And it's a cartoon, yet it has a Japanese theme to it as well, especially with our main heroes, even for a DC sidekick. And you guys probably already know what that is. I'm going to leave that as a hint and also a surprise for you guys, and that will be another unboxing, which I'll upload later on with that. Which I was going to do that, but I didn't have the time to, but don't worry, thanks to this brand new awesome computer, thanks to my bro for hooking me up with it, I could be able to upload, load, and finalize the videos very, quick like that. So this video shouldn't be that long up like later on. So I miss my usual Wednesdays that I do. So now, back on track with that. Wow, getting off topic. Yeah. Yeah, so like I said, the recipe shit that Sanji used can kind of be something used for Toriko, because it actually can heal your body from all the injuries. So, like, it's pretty much like a recovery food, and it makes all your cells in your body, heal and become one again. So yeah, I really liked that a lot. That was actually pretty cool. Yeah. Also, at the very end, we get a special message leading up to with Law, because Law's like, okay guys, enough fooling around, we gotta get off this island right now, because not the Marines, but Doflamingo's going to be coming, and he senses that somebody else is going to be coming along too. He's like, oh, really? And he goes, alright, fine. Before we go, and he puts, like, the drumstick things as his nose. Of course, that's Luffy being Luffy. Zoro getting, like, this secret booze from, like, the Marines and all that. Just drinking and getting drunk like a boss. You know what I'm saying? Getting drunk like a boss, because that's my boy Zoro. Zoro for the motherfucking win. But Zoro, be warned, because your title might be taken away by my boy motherfucking Law! Sorry, I love Law. Law is like my favorite. Law is getting close to being one of my most favorite characters. If he surprises me this much in the later arcs, or the next arc, if the alliance is still going on, but we're after one of the emperors, or emperors in English, but also Japanese, the Yoko, the 4 Yoko, then yeah, then who knows? Maybe Law will be my next new favorite character, because Zoro, as much as I love him, he's like my favorite. He's just gotta step his game up when it comes to like with Law and get back into swordsmanship. Know what I'm saying? So yeah, then we get a little hint saying like Luffy's like, the YANKO, like emperors, what are they? And he goes, and Law's like, they're special, they are pretty much a high above level of like the warlords. They're pretty well. We already know what emperors are. They're pretty much way above the class of warlords, and they have their own territory and like whatever. So yeah, each one of them has their own territory and is above the government food chain, and pretty much approved by the government. And Luffy's like, isn't Shanks like the very first one or something like that? And I think Kid said like, I think the first or the second one was either I think the first was Shanks. I think the second was Kaido. I kind of forget. And then like Luffy, like always, doesn't give a fuck. He's like, whatever. I'm gonna defeat all of them and become, And yeah, that's pretty much the end of the chapter. And don't forget, Luffy is Luffy. He wants to be the best. He wants to destroy all these motherfuckers who get in his way. If they get in the way of him with his dream of becoming king of the pirates, then you go down. I mean, Luffy, I know, will have to pretty much be on his A game when it comes to people like Big Man, Kaido even, because Kaido, we don't know. Kaido was never explained in this world of One Piece. I don't know what's going on. So we don't know which one is going to be first. So we don't know which one's going to be first. It can be late. Okay, you guys in the comment section below, tell me what you guys think. Which emperor, or in this case we call them Yokos, which one of them do you think Luffy's going to go after? To me, I don't know if it's going to be Shanks. I doubt it. He did say, well, maybe, because you never know. Now it's unpredictable, because he says, he knows that Shanks is the Emperor, so he's like, he doesn't give a fuck. If they get in his way of becoming king of the pirates, he doesn't give a damn. So I'm guessing this means is that it could be either one. I don't even know. Hell, and of course Oda's gonna leave it a big surprise. And as we can see, when you know there's a big party, a big celebration, going on, then you already know this arc is gonna wrap up. And it looks like the arc has finally reached to its end climax. Probably by next week or the beginning of next month, Punk Hazard will come to a close, and then we'll finally be on our next arc in the New World already. So, yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention in the beginning that Brownbeard is actually going to be captured by the Marines, along with Caesar Clown. No, actually, I think the Straw Hats are still in the Alliance. So, yeah, I think the Marines are also going to be capturing Brownbeard, Caesar Clown, Buffalo, and Baby 5. So they're pretty much screwed. And thanks to that deal that Law and Smoker made back at the middle point of Punk Hazard. So yeah, and the whole situation with Virgo. So yeah, overall this chapter was pretty, just a good chapter, enjoyable, whatever. Just more of a celebration, and the kids are finally, back and running. They're well. They finally know the true horrors of Caesar Clown. Marines are going to take care of them. Pretty good, decent chapter. The last important thing is, again, I was pretty pissed that the Mystery Man did not show up in this chapter, because I was really curious who this guy was going to be, but I guess we're just going to have to wait until the next chapter to find out about that. Yeah, probably the next chapter. Maybe when Punk Hazard officially ends, maybe, I'm going to say that once they leave, Doflamingo will be there. Shit's going to, hit the fan with Doflamingo. He's going to get pissed off, and he's going to see the Mystery Man. We're going to see who he is, and they're going to fight. They're going to fight, and they're going to duke it out. That's what I want to see. So, yeah. We already know that I think Punk Hazard already has come to its end, so the next arc is definitely going to be one of the 4 Emperors. I'm going to believe that the next arc is going to be one of them, one of the territories that we're going to go to. I'm excited. I am pumped for the next arc. Overall, this arc looks like if it is going to come to its climax, it's going to come to a conclusion, it's going to end finally, then yeah, I'm looking forward to the next arc. I like this arc way, way better than Fishman Island. 1,000 times better than Fishman Island. Way better. This arc was pretty damn good. Even Law made this arc. So yeah, moving on before I stumble on to the next chapter. Next is the Bleach chapter. Oh, sorry. Oh, right now it's the Bleach chapter. Oh my god. This chapter of Bleach. In my opinion, yeah, One Piece was pretty good to decent, but to me, out of all the chapters this week I enjoyed, I will have to say Bleach pretty much took it to the top. I'd say the Bleach chapter this week was kind of a lot better than the One Piece chapter, in my opinion. But whatever, I know other people have theirs. But when it comes to this chapter of Bleach, oh my god, man. This was balls to the wall awesome. Speaking of balls to the wall, that's going to be the fucking JOJO when we get to the episode for that. Oh man, this battle between KENPACHI versus UNAHONA. Damn, Kubo delivered this fight beautifully. I just love this fight. And this fight is basically for KENPACHI to get his killer instincts up, because UNAHONA definitely is trying to teach him the art of killing. And it's pretty much a simple chapter. It's pretty much a simple way to explain this chapter. UNAHONA is pretty much whooping the dog shit out of KENPACHI Zaraki, so he can pretty much learn the art of killing. So once he gets beaten up, once he finds out that he's weak, he will get back up, he will get his strong stamina up. When he gets strong, when he gets pissed, he will start killing, and he will just destroy and rape bitches, because that's how KENPACHI is. But the thing is, this is the first time we've ever seen KENPACHI have fear. He has fear, because this is kind of an odd thing for KENPACHI. Because KENPACHI never had fear. KENPACHI was more of a rootless killing motherfucker. He'll be like raping bitches, take off the story parts, he starts raping the crap out of people. This time around, it's like, he seems like he's scared. Like, he's scared to die or whatever. Like, he doesn't want to die. He wants to keep living. He wants to keep battling. He wants to keep, doing what he does, battling strong opponents, because that's what the name of KENPACHI, the strongest fighter. So, pretty much, KENPACHI, man, oh my god, man. I cannot believe Kenpachi is going down like this. Like, at first, I really thought Kenpachi was going to die. People keep saying that Kenpachi is going to die. I do not think this is going to happen. Again, I don't think so. I think he's just pretty much going to get badly defeated. And then when that happens, that's when Kenpachi is pretty much going to show his true stamina. And what's going to happen is Kenpachi will get stronger from this, and then he'll finally learn the true art of killing, and maybe we can see Unohana and Kenpachi, you know, pretty much going at it in the second half of this war that goes on in, well, the final arc of this in Bleach. So I'm really looking forward to seeing if Kenpachi will definitely finally learn the art of killing, and also I'm definitely looking forward to the flashback for Unohana's sin. Unohana's sin. Now this is pretty interesting because it's like, what can this sin actually be? Like, what does she actually do back in the past that made her this psychotic bitch that we know today? So I guess we're going to see more of Unohana's wild side, and this is a flashback I'm actually looking forward to. And Kubo is doing this character justice. I want to see how these two fought in the beginning when they both decided to do captain. Oh my god, I'm ready for this flashback. I am ready. My body is ready for this flashback. Again, Kubo going hard. It's the beginning of the new year, and so far he's doing pretty damn good. Because the beginning of last year, we all know how crappy that stupid Fullbring arc was. Blah. But in this one, you know, he goes hard. He went hard, man. He went so... Oh, man. This was such a beautiful chapter this week. Let me know again what you guys think of this chapter. I thought it was... But also, I'm really hoping that Yachiru gets involved. It was pretty depressing to see that both of their lieutenants are pretty much sad. And that... You know, they're fearing that one of them will actually die, and whoever wins will be the new Kenpachi. So it's like, I don't really think that's gonna happen, but you know, I could kind of, you know, do feel bad that they are being sad that they don't know if any one of them is gonna die or survive. So yeah, but Yachiru, we never seen her release her sword because we know she's just as strong as Kenpachi is. Yet we never seen her fight. Why hasn't Kubo identified this yet? I mean, we do know that she is a lieutenant. You know she can do Zanpato. She's always running on her back. The only time that we've seen, not her fight, but her dark aura inside of her, is when one of the lieutenants was one of the visors from the main, from Captain Yamamoto, pretty much was going to tell her that, you know, urgent news that's going on about the Ryoka that was going inside the Soul Society. And then, like, Kami's busy, you know, with his battle, like, go away. But he's like, but this is urgent. We have to do something. These intruders can be very dangerous. And she goes, look, I'm not in the mood right now. I want to watch Kami do his battle. And then we see, like, you know, this big-ass aura she releases. It's like this, like, purple monster thingy. So, we seen that, but we never seen it in action. I don't know why Kubo never did this, so... I'm hoping maybe they'll do this in the final arc. I mean, she better get involved with Kenpachi and Unohana. Threesome right there, man. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Threesome right there. I'm so ready for that. Man, there are so much things, man. Kubo is definitely going hard. 2013, baby. 2013, Kubo. This is your year right here, man. Whew. Yeah, man. Yeah, we got this, man. We got this by the ass. So, again, let me know what you guys think of this chapter. I thought it was pretty good. Let's, again, thumbs up for this awesome carnage of savagery. And, oh, man. There's some, like, berserk shit right here. But, yeah, pretty good stuff. So, yeah, moving on. Now, in the One Piece episode, we see that there's this, that we finally see, like, this torso. And it keeps saying boo or boo, and it's pretty much just like torso of this bodiless samurai, and they don't know what's going on. They don't know why the bottom of the legs are actually talking and whatnot. So yeah, so they're trying to figure it out and whatnot. And when that happens, meanwhile we see that, you know, that the Straw Hats are being taken to this like laboratory, this room, this white room, this like laboratory looking thing, and then like, you know, they see this like talking gas of like talking gas, and the talking gas is, well, we already know who he is pretty much, and yeah, there's really no doubt about it. We know who this guy really is, and yeah. So we know who this guy is, really. So, of course, if you read the manga, you already know who this guy that I'm talking about, he's actually going to play a major part in this arc in the anime. So yeah, while we go in, he's pretty much talking about, you know, like the Straw Hats and who these people are and whatnot, and like what they're going to be doing as their like plan. And he also sense that the Marines are on their way as well, you know, as Smoker, because he's going to find a way to keep Smoker and the Marines, you know, out of this and keep them shut about what's going on with Punk Hazard and whatever. Also, I really did like the episode was actually pretty good. Also, we do meet like this centaur, and pretty much it's funny that Luffy has like the pair of legs in the back of him, and he's pretty much, you know, just like, you know, doing wacky shit. And then he meets a centaur with these like leopard legs, and you know they're going around like, oh, you're a centaur, I'm a centaur too, and they all get together and all friends like la la la. So yeah, you know, it's just Luffy being Luffy. And then they see that there's another part of the island of Punk Hazard. It's a big ass cold Arctic area, and this right here is a key clue on how this island was formed, and you'll find out in the next episode, and it's going to be shocking. Trust me, it is big. Really big. Not like a dick big. No homo. We don't want that. But yeah. So anyways, while they're on their way to the other side of the island, Usopp pretty much just stops for a sec while they're on their way to follow Luffy and the Centaur. He finds behind that there's this like stalker bird woman like watching him with this creepy look. He's like with the tongue, and it's like, damn, this bitch is creepy as hell. Hey, sexy bird lady. Whoop, 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 whoop. Sorry. Anyways, so then she's also does something at the end of the episode too. And then, what happens after that? And he finds out, and they also find out that the Straw Hats are pretty much, you know, on the island, and you know, like whatnot. So, and then, you know, the main leader pretty much calls like this bird woman, and she's like, oh, I see, you know, who these characters are and whatnot in the island. Everything's going according to plan, you know, blah blah blah. So we'll find out more about this character later on. Anyways, like the rest of the Straw Hats are in like this laboratory room, and they see like this face in like pieces. And they all freak out, like, oh my god, look at this, it's a talking mouth, and why is his face like that? And they pretty much, he's like, hey, do you guys like puzzles? And he's like, yeah, so then why don't you try figuring out and fixing it, and I'll tell you guys who I am. So, pretty much, you know, they try to fix his face and whatnot, and you know, it's funny, they always keep messing it up, like, he's got, like, the chin, like, up on his head and all that. It's like, you know, it's pretty hilarious. And, you know, he'll pretty much, like, you know, he'll explain everything in the next episodes we're going on. But overall, this episode was pretty good, decent. The pacing was pretty good, I will admit, though. The pacing was pretty good for this episode, and it's a big setup for who is this mysterious laughing gas, like, villain creature in this story arc. And, you know, also, who is that mysterious sexy bird woman, and her creepy one, anyway. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode. It was an entertaining episode at best, and a big setup one, too. Definitely can't wait for next week's. Very good shit. And good pacing. Not too much filler. It was a pretty good pacing this week. I'm pretty surprised that they're toning down most of the fan service in this episode. I really am. I'm really actually surprised with that. Because, normally, we get a lot of it in this anime, but in this one, it's like, oh my god. It's like, Sabretooth's leader, Genma, is an asshole. And, oh man. So if you lose, you have to get butt naked and get tortured and humiliated? Right in front of public? If you're a guy or a girl? What a sick, twisted bastard. That's all I gotta say on that. Pacing of this episode was pretty good. It was kind of alright. Could have been a little bit less fillerish, but whatever. Still pretty alright, I guess. Yukino getting that treatment, you know, that's just kind of fucked up after what she lost and whatever. So, yeah, I think Natsu's pretty much going to be pissed off. And, you know, he's pretty much pissed off at the way Sabretooth, you know, fights dirty and whatnot. So, yeah, pretty good episode this week. Not really too much, again, really happened, because then there was also some kind of, like, little, synopsis or whatever, like not a flashback, but like summary of like shit that goes down and like whatnot and blah 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 blah. So yeah, because of course they're pretty much close to the manga right now at this point, so that's why they have to do that. So decent episode, pretty good, pretty decent. Also, again, Genma's a big asshole, so that's all I gotta say on that. Damn, JoJo's got some balls of steel. No homo. But yeah, in this episode we see that JoJo is pretty much fighting off against ACD. I think it's Wham. Yeah, I think Wham, because I think ACDC. Yeah, ACDC is pretty much the master. We find him and he's using like these ripples, like with these like two ball things that he has, and then like the way he was just like doing all this crazy shit against Wham, that was just pretty good. But not too much. Pretty good damage, but not too much damage. But then at a certain point, like this like big. Wham did like this big giant ass drill repel thing, and it like pierced through fucking JoJo and shit, and pretty much like all the attacks pretty much damaged JoJo pretty good. No, actually, but JoJo still pretty much got up, and then he got into this like this minecart with him, and he had to think of a quick scheme in order for him to get out of it. So while pretty much he was trying to figure it out, Wham just pretty much, got pretty much exposing JoJo for what he is. But then pretty much JoJo, overall the battle for this episode was actually, the battle premise was pretty good. Strategy wise also was pretty good against like how to defeat like what kind of repel to, I mean damn, Speedwagon's a pretty smart mofo, so yeah, so I really did. I like that though, about how he likes to not like how he actually analyzes the opponent and whatnot. Even though he doesn't know how to use the techniques himself, he's still a pretty smart old man. Again, props. Even until in the 18th century, he was still smart. So yeah. Oh, but the ending was just the best though. I did like the ending though. How like where he pretty much used the engagement rings. No, it was the engagement ring. No, there were two engagement rings. The engagement rings, like, that they pierce, they have, like, this poison, and it's on, like, a timer set. And one is, like, in his neck, I think. The other, yeah, the one's, like, somewhere in his heart, and the other one is, like, around his, I think his leg or something. I don't remember. But let me know in the comment section below where the other one was. I think it was in another part of his body, and it's a type of poison. And on that limit, when the time limit is up, that's when JoJo will die. So it's set on a limit, and they made JoJo kind of like made like he negotiated with Wham to wait for a whole month with the proper training he needed, so that way he can come up against him and defeat him. And once he does, yeah, so he's gonna wait, and then once he gets the proper training, he'll be able to defeat Wham in combat and his master ACDC as well. And I guess maybe I guess Caesar can also try to help him out a little bit. I mean, if he can, but I think he's pretty much knows what he's doing by now and whatnot. So yeah. Anywho, so yeah, overall, so that's pretty much like the main premise of that. So can't wait for the next episode when he starts his training. The preview actually looked pretty nice too. Anyways, that's all I gotta say on this episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed this random anime / manga random thoughts. Again, I'm Straw Hat Ninja 89 over and out. See you on the bounce. Peace out. Anime manga fans, keep supporting what you read and what you watch, and make sure you rate, comment, and as always subscribe to our channel. Not just my channel, but also Anime3 City as well, to check out our other content. Not just mine, but every other content, and mostly when we do our Skype calls or whatnot. Not just our separate videos, but group Skype calls as well. So yes, signing out. Peace.